Okay, we should be live.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, let's just double check. Let's double check the sound. Make sure that everybody can be heard. Make sure that everybody can be heard. Okay, I can hear me.
Ba 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 booey.
It's gonna get
There we
a
go.
little bit dangerous, my friend.
Yep. All right, we should.
That was so far out of tune.
I didn't notice.
Jesus.
That's why I can't fucking sing.
It's a little bit dangerous, my friend. That was a little bit out of tune too, but not as bad as what you were doing.
Don't make fun of me.
Oh, give me something to make fun of, darling.
Shut up. Why do you think I... Fuck you.
I just have to laugh like fucking Tiny Tim. That's how you do the Hermes laugh. Anyway, hi.
Hi.
Why?
Greetings.
I'm TP.
And I'm nobody.
I'm just a little guy.
Get
Yes,
in the
you
water.
are.
Just a little.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What?
He's a get in the water.
Listen. Hear me out on Poseidon.
No.
Now, to be fair, his quest for vengeance is based on simply the fact that, Odysseus was an ass to his child. Although kind of weird that he's like, by the way, would have avoided my vengeance if you just fucking killed him.
Yeah, because, you know, Cyclopses only have one eye.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Do you?
No,
With
because
one
I
eye,
can't
maybe.
eye.
Also, that Odysseus crew, kind of stupid.
I still have no idea what any of this is referring to.
You'll understand eventually, TP. I promise.
They've been doing a Epic the Musical kick.
Which is good. Would recommend.
I haven't listened
All
to
I
it
gotta
yet.
do is open this bag. What?
Alright.
Say his name and he appears.
I believe.
Oh. I mean, still.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I clapped it.
Me too!
Man,
Man,
this is the stream. This is the entire stream.
this is. I mean, I wouldn't even be mad if that was the entire stream. You know?
Me neither.
Man. Anyway,
Okay.
hi. Real M Warsaw is not with us this evening.
God.
Therefore,
That is-
the role of Gabataki will be played by this bag.
Oh my god, we're going to hell.
And at the moment, we are waiting for our resident barbarian Catman to arrive. We're giving a few minutes for that before we really jump into the deep end.
Get in the water.
Get in the water!
Get in the water! If I practiced that more, I probably would have done that better.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
And also, if I wasn't still mildly sick. You know.
As you do.
Yeah, because especially with, like, the more gravelly delivery, it's a little bit harder with the throat and everything.
Yeah, understandable.
Session recap?
Sure. Previously on Ravnica Turl of Durgans. Previously on Dragon Ball Z. Gamataki had family.
Yes.
We found Ik and Amut were being introduced to their new home. They went to Gruul and overheard people wondering what the hell happened to Rokan the Hunter. Oh, and Ulfnir's children showed up at the hospital. They had mildly different reactions.
Mildly.
Mildly.
Mild.
Aki's reaction was, I am going to kill these motherfuckers. E's reaction was the need of hugs.
Which the wife came by and gave.
Yes. Austral's reaction was to tell everybody to calm the fuck down. And North's reaction was just sitting there. In addition, there were a couple of other updates. We know more about James now.
Yeah.
That was one of the funniest things to happen.
He's from Zalfir. They ended up going to Zalfir to be able to have, like, basically something to help prevent the spread of Natan's completion. And Eliza, when putting flowers at the bridge, found out who's been taking them. And it's just a guy from Theros.
Okay, but it is not. But he's not from Sophie.
He's not from what?
He's not from the place where time does not exist.
No, he's not from Zalfir. Yeah, Zalfir is also a place that exists outside of time.
Which, you know.
Oh, and Tuffy like actively went there. And is now capable of planeswalking there. There was also an agreement that the group would end up meeting in Simic to see what Florins could discover about the Potione.
Should we move our tokens to said place?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was actually about to ask that. I was like, yeah, like, where exactly are we starting?
Zone at 7.
All
Where
right.
Florins already is.
Okay.
All right. I would assume that that means that screen, Tuffy found everyone but Gamataki, who, to be fair, was in another plane altogether.
Gamataki is elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Can't believe it. Gamataki is elsewhere.
I know,
Uppity.
right?
Nice place. Very hot though. Not suitable for a frog.
Oh man.
Alrighty. Hey, Boone, can you do me a favor, real quick?
Uh-huh.
Can you have Florence roll a strength saving throw?
Sure.
Because otherwise it's gonna glomp.
Well, considering that boost of strength that he's got now, that'll be a 14.
Alrighty. Well, Liza got a 2.
He just flat out catches her.
Strong boy now.
By the way, he's wearing something over, like, basically over his forehead, ready to go over his face, what seems like a gas mask.
Mhm.
So that's new.
It's like, hey, how's it going?
I'm alright. The new schedule's been very strange to get used to.
Yeah. I told the others what's happened and they're fine as well.
I think about the only two people I was expecting to be here right about now would be Vidrinus and they.
Turn around.
Yep.
And and he's like, "Yeah, I'm aware they're right behind me."
Yeah, so with that, yes, his just goes, it's like, have you been able to find anything regarding all those notes and those potions?
Looking over the notes, I saw several things about the alchemical process they were using. As for dissecting how this process works, that's where things get a little bit more complicated. You see, he has basically a notebook with his own notes taken in relation to those notes. For one, replicating this is not something I really have the ability to do. Not because of, certain alchemical properties. Well, I guess in a way because of it, but because part of the process requires a specific type of burner that it doesn't seem like you guys were able to retrieve. One that uses something called ghost fire.
Oh.
Eliza, you don't even need to roll a history check.
Hi, ghost fire right here.
Well, that's part of it. But I think part of the unique thing is that because this dragon was able to create devices, he was also able to create devices that could use this rather than just doing things himself. As for figuring out more about the process, that would require me to reverse engineer and basically figure out a reverse engineering process for some of the materials that seem to be specific to planes that I'm not familiar with. And some of that seems to produce some more toxic results. And you can see he actually has vials of it in like this sealed room. Like in fact, Badrinus, you know that to be a hazmat room.
Right.
And you're understanding why he has the gas mask now.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where she's like, well, it's like, well, that's certainly understandable.
Going to see what I can do still. But I can't really make a whole lot of guarantees unless I actually put myself in a little bit more danger.
Considering we were all in one location where we found all this, yeah, considering its toxicity, is this something that we should be worried about, having been in that facility unprotected?
Not necessarily. The more toxic elements of it seem to only occur when trying to use more typical alchemical methods to reverse engineer it. It is almost like basically trying to prevent people from knowing this way that it was made. And I don't know why. He thinks for a moment. But it does seem particularly targeted towards the way I do things.
Great.
Have any of you told Florence that Vondo was the one who got him targeted with a vampire attack yet?
I think it was Bedrinus that saw that, didn't she?
Yeah.
She looks at Bits like... Eliza looks at Bits like, you should tell him about your dream.
Alright, and then, yeah, so she turns to Florence, says, so while we were all out, we all saw dreams at different points, different things happening, and one of the dreams that I witnessed, I believe I know who deliberately targeted you.
deliberately targeted me.
Vonda.
He looks kind of surprised. It's like... Okay. So let me get this straight. Not only... Look, I know Vonda. She's a very good alchemist. A little reckless, but very good. So you mean to tell me that not only does she have the influence to convince a vampire to attack me specifically, she somehow knows a vampire that would do this, and she also hates me in particular enough to want to do that?
I'm trying to recall because I know the dream was... We did the whole dreams a while ago. Like, so, like, did Bedrenas, like, did she, get any indication about why hating him? Or just, you know, or was he just like a random target? Something like...
Something about paying for what he's done.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was like, I'm trying to remember. It was a little bit ago. You know, so... Yeah, so she just goes, the dreams were a little hazy, but from what I could make out, something about wanting to pay back something that you've done.
I've beaten her in a couple of competitions. Maybe that's it. I didn't think she was that jealous over it.
Well, considering who she's allied with, you know, can't exactly, you know, write anything like that off. It could very well be petty.
Huh.
Yeah, as for how she came to know a vampire, I'm sorry, that I don't know. Whether she knows somebody, like, does she know a vampire directly? Does she know somebody who knows a vampire? You know, because she's got connections.
I will say that the indication seemed to be that when she mentioned the idea of... That she mentioned to Joust to get a vampire. And Joust just said, I'll do exactly that.
Okay.
Implying that she knows that Joust has some kind of connection with vampires, and that he was willing to use them.
Okay. All right. So rewinding. It's like a man named Joust seems to know his fair share of people, including vampires. She asked him to find someone.
He flips to a different page of his... He puts away that notebook, pulls out a different notebook, one with the symbol for the Azorius on it, flips it open, and he starts to look a little bit like Bear for a moment in having the sketchbook out. What did he look like?
All right, then I guess gives description.
If he's getting Zendikari vampires, then there's a possibility that people back home are going to know who it is, which means I can give this to Cyril and Gamataki when they get back.
Well, if she's gonna send vampires after you, I'm gonna send a whirl of fire back at her.
I don't think sending fire after a fire ganassi is a good idea, Eliza.
Well, to be precise, ghost fire.
that might work. Although I guess it depends on what measures they have against children of Ugin.
Yeah.
Anyway, he lowers the gas mask. I'm gonna have to give this another attempt. Pardon me.
Alright.
So he steps into the hazmat room. And there is like where you can see into it.
Ik want to watch.
And yeah. The idea is that you guys can see him trying to work on this delicate process. Eliza, roll a d20 for me, please.
Alrighty. Let's see. What are these pretty dice? 19?
So far, nothing seems to be going too terribly wrong.
Alrighty. Liza's watching very carefully.
I'd like you to roll a d20.
Again?
I said ick.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, I didn't hear. It was me. Sorry. 5.
There's a pause, and you can see a little bit of a flare from one of the burners. And he sort of like... And he pauses for a moment, trying to get things a little bit more under control from that. Tuffy, I'd like you to roll a d20, please.
Negative 32? What?
Oh, please, no.
What stat am I rolling?
You're not rolling a stat, you're rolling a d20.
Just a d20. Just with the ever numbers on the die?
Yes.
Cool, 19.
He does seem to get that disaster under control. Ika, you're here, right?
Should be. And is it? Yeah. Like.
Yeah, we're in zone at
We-
7.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Yep, so you can bring your token.
Oh, let me have. Where's it? Yep. There it is. Yep, got it.
So you've been hearing and seeing all of this as well. I want you to roll a d20 now.
Eight.
There's another spark. You can see a crack in one of the vials, and you can see this sort of golden orange smoke starting to fill the room. Badrinas, last d20 roll, please.
Okay. Alrighty. How about a 14?
He is able to get that under control, seemingly. Like, at least the thing that's happening, but he sees the smoke happening. And you see him, like, darting towards the sort of the purification area of the hazmat room. Very quickly. And when he gets into that purification area and it seals, you see him, like, practically throw off the gas mask and just start coughing on his hands and knees.
Ooh.
When he comes out, I would like to use prestidigitation on him to clean off any remnants.
In the purification area first, where the remnants already get removed, and there is some like orange dust-like residue.
Mm-hmm.
And he still seems to be having some trouble breathing. But he comes out, it's like, that did not go the way it should have.
Poison?
It's like, Eliza, get him a chair. Get him, sit down.
Got it. Already on it. Come on, sit down. It's okay.
It started solidifying into this crystal state, and then, for lack of a better way to put it, bursting?
Ooh.
That sounded like that was happening with Wolfmere, wasn't it?
But the notes did say that anybody who consumes that poison, when it creates those false chromatic stars, it takes their life. So for Ulfnir, if they were using him to create a bunch of them, it's no wonder he's in the state that he's in.
By the way, for those wondering what those D20 rolls were, if it had been 3 fails, Florians would have gotten infected.
Oof.
Dust was even going through the gas mask.
Florence, could you tell us what those potions are exactly made of? Like, what materials?
He looks to Eliza. Why do you think I'm even trying to break it down?
Right. Frick.
Given my experience in the Simic, at least as far as like seeing, like just by the reactions or something, is there anything that would come to mind?
Roll Arcana.
Arcana, alrighty. 25.
Okay. I'll give you a few things. Number one, there are several likely volatile components that would be involved that probably wouldn't typically be used by the Simic. Because of their more volatile nature. Like, there's definitely some more basic reagents that are a little bit more obvious based on, like, the reactions that were happening. But also, that more explosive reaction that seemed to be happening. It's like it was set up where if somebody did try to reverse engineer it, that it would act kind of like a bomb. And that sounds like something the Izzet would do.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So at least just from watching all that, she just goes. It's like, well, at least from what I can observe, some of these compounds, reagents that are being used are beyond Simic's capabilities. I mean, we in the guild, we constantly experiment on ourselves all the time. I mean, the whole point of the guild is to try to build towards perfection. So anything that's really volatile, yeah, we tend to stay away from that. So wherever they're getting these from, they're not getting them here. And as far as for that explosive reaction, it's like, I don't know, like, Ika, would this be something you'd be familiar with? This sounds like this would be more aligned in your guild.
Like with this kind of stuff, like oil stuff.
No, just
I don't think I.
yeah, just the nature of the explosions.
Would I have any idea what if it's like a explosion Ika would be familiar with?
Eco, roll a history check.
Hold up. So, Ah, 9.
The main thing that comes to mind is that Vonda is an alchemist who frequently does wind up with explosions coming out of her lab.
I think Wanda like might know more about the explosions. I'm more of the medic in the is it?
Considering she's the one who wants me dead? Would not be surprised if she's responsible for that thing's creation.
I'm gonna have to go look at her lab.
Yeah, let's have a look at it together.
Sneak in?
Sure, let's try and sneak in.
You do realize we could just ask Rao, right?
Yeah, we could ask Rao as well. He's
Wait, that's
having a
either way, that's gonna be another sample lost. And I have to figure out a better way to do this.
I'll bring you back something if we find anything in her lab.
Okay.
She hugs Florence again, like, please be careful.
He hugs her back. I will.
I guess to eat.
Yep.
To the Izzet League.
Is it?
Blister quarters.
Thank you.
Right. Alrighty. Knock on the door.
Anybody else moving to Izzet, by the way? Tuffy, are you headed there too? Or no?
I just realized my mic was off before.
Oh my god!
I can't
Oh
believe
yeah, it
this.
happens.
Yeah, was wondering why I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to that. I was kind of just like trying to think, and then everyone kept on talking.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's okay.
And all that time, I kind of forgot why. Kind of forgot. Trying to find. Can't think of the right words. The Dang it, I can't remember what I was gonna say now. I think to play along with that, Tuffy did get there but was late. And by the time he got there, everyone was already gone.
And
So-
what you see getting there is Florence like sitting in a chair, like out of breath and coughing.
Okay. Hold on, what happened?
Trying to reverse one of those samples, and it kind of exploded on me. I had a mask on. It didn't help. I think I'm fine. Or at least will be.
Alright, where did everyone else go? I was so busy trying to find Gamataki, I must have,
He should be in Zendikar with my brother.
Oh, so that's where he was.
Yeah.
Okay, that helps.
I don't know why I started having Florence just be Pacifico for a moment.
It fits. So, do you know where the rest are?
They went to Izzet to try to see what they could find in Vonda's lab, considering it's possible the sabotage that leads to the samples exploding when I try to tamper with them is related to something she did.
Alright. You sure you don't need me around?
Probably not. I think I have an inhaler either at the house or at Azorius, just in case for this kind of thing.
Alright.
Because, honestly, Florence having an inhaler just feels like it makes sense.
Alright. Well,
Even though he's like undead now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tuffy's gonna go on ahead and jump over to where everyone else is.
Hello.
Hello.
Let me guess. Shit happened.
Yeah. We need access to Vonda's lab.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Oh, by the way, Ick?
Ick?
Or not Ick. Ika?
Eh.
Yeah?
I know between this and what's going on with Ulfnir, you might be a little bit busy, but the Boros were hoping to get your and Zyda's help tomorrow.
I will be there. Like, was this like, did Aurelia like like ask you for my assistance?
Yeah, it was actually Aurelia in particular, considering your connection to what's actually going down, and, well, Zaida also knows a member of the, Zaida is also sort of friends, air quotes, with one of you guys that is in Boros. Gamataki.
Hmm.
He puts the friends in air quotes. I'd imagine that, Ika, you don't put the friends in air quotes.
Yeah.
To you, they're just friends. It's
Yeah.
not like a rivalry thing.
Oh, yeah.
I would have. That's just what I'm imagining. Like your impression of their interactions is. It's like
Yeah.
okay, sure. They kind of talk shit at each other, but they're friends.
Yeah, just think of it, shrug it off as friendly banter.
Right. Which, to some degree, it is. But it is definitely more friendly than Baron Gamataki. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Although I think Baron Gamataki are still very much like great friends.
Oh
I was
my
waiting for
god.
that.
Ah, yes, Baron Gamataki, the best of friends.
Friends.
That's funny.
There's nothing else about it. They are friends.
Hey,
Anyway, Raul leads you guys over to Vonda's lab, which has been searched before.
Eliza's gonna turn to Ick and be like, Ick, please do not touch anything.
Yeah,
damn it.
yeah, the stuff in it can be very dangerous.
And we do not want to see you hurt.
If you're gonna do it anyways, at least be careful.
Ick, very careful.
I'm pressing
Smile.
X to doubt.
Roll an insight check.
Okay. Okay, insight. Okay, what's my modifier for that? Okay, that is a 15.
She is lying.
Ick, I'm actually being serious. Please do not touch anything. Look, Ick, I'm just saying this out of concern for you. You really shouldn't be touching things you shouldn't touch. Because there's a chance you could get hurt.
You shouldn't be touching things you shouldn't touch. Is
Yeah.
crazy.
You shut up.
Yeah, this isn't like the plants and the fauna that you find in the Golgari.
Ick,
Um,
consider it.
As a word of precaution, as the DM, I am going to have fireball dice on standby. Just as a note for your consideration.
Good to know.
Okay. I hear you.
Like, generally, anytime you're in Izzet, I should probably have fireball dice on standby, honestly.
Do you have that screw that one guy in particular dice too?
Ah, yes, 12d12. Yeah, I have that.
A dozen.
Otherwise known as an oh no. So again, the lab is... Vonda's not known for being clean and organized. So
Jesus.
there's stuff everywhere.
Is there anything on the floor for Ick to just like grab at? Just like bits of paper or just something to fiddle with so she doesn't want to fiddle with a jar of stuff?
The pieces of paper are fine, just do not touch like the other stuff.
Yeah, lots of vials all over the place. One of the vials appears to have explosive tape over the stopper. And a sign in front of it saying, "Do not touch."
In every language that Ick knows.
And some that it doesn't know.
Yeah, it's in like a bunch of different languages in Ravnica. It's in Common, it's in Goblin, it's in Vidalcan, it's in Primordial. All dialects are Primordial.
Ick sees that and lets out a little goblin scream because she really, really wants to touch it. But she knows that she shouldn't. Like, there's a whole sign on it and everything. The sign is telling Ick, like, Ick, touch it. It's like, no.
I guess we should start rolling some investigate checks.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Right. I assume there's a bookshelf.
Yep.
Alrighty. Liza's going to check the bookshelf. Alrighty. That is a 20.
There are a lot of books on very fancy things that you are probably not qualified to understand. On various things about alchemy. That's weird. Instructions for a hydrogen bomber in one of these. Anyway.
Ooh.
You can have that. You can have this one, Nick.
Ooh, yay!
Yeah, keep away from the bookshelves.
We're only giving her the ones. We're only giving Nick the ones that it can hold.
There are also a few notebooks there. Some of them do seem to involve notes on trying to create a potion of planeswalking.
Eliza will take that book. And probably will hand it to if Ral is with us.
I'd heard about her trying to do this. Is that, like, related to the whole chromatic star thing?
Yes. So these false chromatic stars, from what we understand, and Bids, you are free to jump in and, correct me on this, is that they allow one who isn't a planeswalker to planeswalk, in a weird sense. We don't know the exact thing with the false stars, but this is a start.
It's not unheard of. Still, yeah, if the research led to that, it's possible this is how they got her in the research to begin with. It's because she was already interested in the subject, and they had a more direct means of making it happen.
Had she ever talk about becoming a planeswalker?
Occasionally. I mean, there's a lot of people who talk about that, though.
Yeah, I figured it might have been my theory is that she always wanted to be a planeswalker, but just never got the spark.
Yeah, like I said, that's pretty common, actually.
Probably joining the cult probably fueled that drive.
They were offering her a means. Who else would like to investigate?
I will investigate.
And all right, what are you focused on investigating?
What else is there left in the room?
There are lots of different vials that do appear to have like scraps of paper near them to serve as sort of pseudo labels.
Okay. You know what?
There's various explosive marks at various points. And there's also other scattered notes, some of which have singe marks around them.
I think I'll stick around with the vials.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty, so investigation. Roll. So that would be 22.
22. Okay, I'll need you to roll a d6, please.
D6. 3.
So you are not able to necessarily identify any particular anything that matches like the color hue of the false chromatic star potion, but you do find this one with this light blue glowing hue that you find does seem to almost be like bubbling still in a sense, and when you investigate it closer, it's not that it's bubbling, it's like it's crackling with lightning.
Yeah, so
And it looks, even though it seems less stable than the one that's marked do not touch, it actually is more stable. And in fact, you do notice that, and the label in front of it seems to read anti-reversal reagent.
okay, so anti-reversal agent. So now she's like kind of like trying to start putting it all together. She's like, yes, when Florence was trying to reverse it, it exploded. If this is what a reagent for that, then she was already starting a baseline. I mean, to get to that type of reaction that we just witnessed in the labs, more obviously would have to be added to it. But just like with any potion, you need some kind of a baseline to start.
So, in other words, she didn't want people figuring out how she made her stuff, so she made that as a countermeasure.
So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And considering he's an Azorius alchemist, figuring out how things like that are made is part of his job. So it's not too hard to figure out who she was targeting with that.
Muttering draconic noises.
Who else would like to investigate? We still have singed notes. We still have burn marks across the room.
I'll take a look at the singe marks.
Okay.
Assuming my roll is not dog.
Yeah, I'll check to see the burn marks.
Okay, what is my investigation? Oh, that's not terrible. All things considered. 15.
Okay. And Ika, you're also investigating the burn marks, so what are you getting?
19.
Okay, so Tuffy, I'll give you your piece of information first. There do seem to be more burn marks closer to where the vials are, unsurprisingly.
Okay.
That's pretty much the key piece of information there.
Alright.
Ika, you're a bit more familiar with what tends to happen. Based on... So this is part of the reason, like, you having more information makes more sense. Based on the amount of explosions that seem to happen coming from this lab, there should probably be more burn marks.
This is strange. This is like she would usually have more burn marks than just this. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
that's...
if it was just blast proofing the wood, then there wouldn't be any.
Yeah, I mean, I've done Vonda to be more like destructive with her like experiments and this, and well, this seems unusually like having less burn marks.
We still have the notes, the singed notes to...
Ick note.
Go ahead and roll me Investigate.
Mm. 12.
The DC for the base information is not very hard. The singed burn marks do mention hating that fucking little twerp. Who's always messing with my shit. And one of them just says the word die over and over again.
Ooh, gossip.
Which is Ick's favorite kinds of notes to find.
Mm.
Would I be able to know like whose handwriting it is?
Look.
It's so obviously Vonda's.
Yes. Okay, that I don't get from why Vonda would write something like this.
Also, hello, Bear.
Sleep has been unkind.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it happens.
What you've missed so far, Florin's almost got, false chromatic star poisoning. And we're investigating Vonda's office. Or Vonda's lab, rather. And they just found burned notes that basically indicate how much Vonda wants to kill Florins. Wants Florence to be super fucking dead.
Angie Liza noises.
But why though?
I don't know, and I'm gonna ask her that. Oh boy.
Be subtle.
I
sneaky.
am.
Probably the main things that you guys are able to find in here. So, what do you guys do with this information?
Obviously going to tell everybody else, like,
Well, simply put, where are you guys going from here? And that in turn can inform what we do with Bear coming in.
like, all right, so part of her research outside of hating my poor husband is that it seems the motive behind this was that able to planeswalk without being a planeswalker from the start of this book.
But then why hate?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig more research into that.
Florence would sometimes come down on her with some of her less controlled experiments. It happens from time to time. If anybody can sometimes be the guy to want to at the very least keep the explosions where they're supposed to be, Florence tends to be the guy to do that.
So basically shutting down her more extreme ideas.
Yeah, more or less.
Was there perhaps an incident or maybe an experiment or something that she was working on that maybe did get shut down because of him?
Do you want a list?
I guess we can narrow it. I guess we can narrow down the list of depending of how long the cult's been around, which is probably a couple.
If you want the logs of the stuff that he shut down, he would probably have more access to that than I would.
When we report back, I'll ask him for that.
Yeah, so all we know is that she says she wants payback.
I wonder. There are tons of drawers in the lab, right?
Yeah.
Eliza wants to take one more look and see if maybe one of them has like a hidden storage in the, or like a hidden, what do you call it? Like a hidden
compartment?
Yeah, compartment.
Yeah, hidden compartment.
Like that Death Note thing?
Yeah.
So, So what you're saying is you want to open one of the drawers.
Yes.
Okay, I need everyone in the room to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
It wasn't it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but still, like you gotta be. Everyone needs to be
Opened
careful.
a fire genasi. You opened a drawer owned by a fire genasi and didn't expect a fireball to be loaded in it?
Should have just got Rao to just do it instead.
Lol, wizard 9.
Okay,
Hey.
you fail.
Yeah.
Ick got 6.
Okay.
Ick,
You fail?
Ick did real good.
Dirty 20.
You pass.
What was this? What was this again?
A dex.
Dexterity saving throw.
19.
I got an 8.
They passes. Okay, so Eliza and Tuffy pass. So
Yeah.
everyone who failed takes 23 damage.
Oof.
Ouch.
Sorry. Ow.
And that does damage property too, doesn't it?
Can.
That would... I need 2 more dex saving throws.
Okay.
From
No, don't go
everyone?
off the desk. There we are. Thank you. 16.
That passes.
11.
Yay.
16 as well.
Okay.
Oops.
Tuffy, after hearing all of Eliza be like, no, you have to be careful. Just
Yeah. Let.
Tuffy-
almost out of
Tuffy,
almost
we're on the second of 3 dex saves.
I know. Okay, but I got a 16. No, not
Okay,
16.
you passed.
18.
Okay, you pass. By the way, on the first one, if you passed, you do still take 11 damage.
Cool.
Okay, anywho.
Who's missing a dex save?
Me.
Me, I rolled 10.
I rolled an 11.
Yeah, I got 11.
Okay. So I think that's Eliza, Tuffy, and Ick that passed the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good, because the damage... Oh, and they also passes the second one. So those who failed, so Badrinus and Ika take 31 damage from this one.
Yay! 0 hit points!
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm at -7!
I am
I-
at 12.
So you're not dead yet, but you are unconscious.
Which is bad, because there's a third one.
Fuck.
Yeah, so yeah, thanks Eliza, you may have just killed me.
Sorry.
I'm gonna resolve that. I'm gonna
I'm going to
resolve that
spend a
right
fate
now.
point.
Huh?
I'm gonna resolve that now. Badrinus, when you go down, you are grabbed by they who, since passing the first two, would get cleared to do this. Basically emergency planeswalk
Oh, okay.
happens for both of
Oh
you.
god, I'm not gonna hear the end of this.
Nope.
Ick is going to smile very, very wide at you.
So, I need one more dex save for the people in the room.
Ick rolled a 10.
Dirty 20.
Nat 20.
Okay.
19.
So
assume I
only
also
Ick
took
fails.
15. So I took 15.
Yeah, you
from-
did take 15 if you passed the previous one.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to keep all my everything.
This one, if you failed, below a 16 fails, by the way. If
Okay,
you
cool.
if you failed this third one, then it's 30 damage.
So another 15.
And if you passed it, then it's 15.
I'm still unconscious. I was on 12 hit points.
You're-
It's okay.
Wait, you're
Ick is still up.
okay. Did anybody else go down?
No.
No.
Okay, Raul is out of the room.
Eliza just sits up like, oops.
So, Bear, what are you doing?
I'm pretty sure he heard that.
This is actually the first time in this campaign that I went down.
I take out.
Wait, you did go to 0 hit points?
Yes.
Okay, you force planeswalk. Okay, so what I'm going to need for both Badrinas and Ika to do is roll me a D100.
D100, you say?
35.
Yes. 35.
And I got a 90.
Bruh. Letter, please don't make fun of me. Please don't make fun of me.
Oh, another plane that I haven't fucking heard of.
Okay.
So I'm gonna handle Ika's first real quick.
God.
Because some of these planes that we've rolled are obscure as hell.
Oh.
Excuse me, I'm gonna go cry real quick. Be right back.
No.
Ooh. So, oh, that's great. Okay, so Ika, you arrive at a world that seems like it has like an inverted aurora in the sky.
What? What is this world? I've never been to this before.
You also see Kaya there.
Wait, Kaya?
Aren't you the cleric lady from, like, is it?
Yeah, like, you're...
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, I just planeswalked to this random plane because, like, Eliza just opened a drawer of one of the Izzet agents and just out came a fireball.
I'll be right back. She planeswalks.
Oh, no.
The place.
Oh no!
The place you have arrived at is Tolvada, which is the canonical home world of Kaya.
It's like, uh-oh, mommy's coming home.
Eliza be like, why do I hear boss music? Oh, frick.
What an entrance to Rakdos.
I'm just gonna step out. I'm gonna step out of the lab. I don't want to touch anything else. I'm stepping out. Bye.
Badrinas,
Yes.
you arrive on a plane that has like no fucking information.
Oh, of course.
That has like negative amounts of information about what it is.
So I'm just like the endless white void.
Well, the thing is, there is enough information to know that it was a place that was gone to by Liliana Vess. You see a place with a bunch of there's a whole bunch of like hooded robe people, and lots of strongholds and people in sewers and shit. Everybody keeps wanting you to join their cult.
Yeah, she's just like, I am not joining in any cults. It's like, nope, no.
Eliza's not gonna. Eliza doesn't. Oh God.
So the plane's name is Tavelia, and literally one of the few pieces of information. When Garrick visited the plane, he found it was characterized by death cults, despotic strongholds, and sewer kingdoms.
Oh jeez.
Ooh.
That is the amount of information I have.
X place.
So yeah, like Badrina's like just today, she's just like, I've had it up. It's like I've had it up to here with cults.
Eliza's just gonna go sit and cry in the corner.
Uh,
Now I know how my enemies feel. Oh God.
It's okay.
Eliza!
She
Everyone
freezes.
make at least seven explosions.
Hi, Kaya.
You-
Cue the Odysseus music.
Hello.
Thunderbringer plays.
So, I just had one of your friends show up on my home plane, apparently having been exploded there, because you opened a drawer?
Yes, I did. I'm so sorry.
God, I'm extending your Rakdos contract.
No.
Lucky.
Please. Please, no. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You make more explosion there.
Shut up, Eck.
Listen, you nearly killed all of us.
Consider-
No.
I don't know, considering how reckless what you just did was, you clearly belong there.
Listen, I just had a taste of what I put my enemies through when I fireball. It's not pretty.
Mm-hmm. At some point, Ika and Bedrinas are able to come back.
Eliza's just gonna cry in the corner.
It was very funny.
No, it wasn't.
No, shit like that is never funny.
No, I agree.
I will-
It wasn't funny.
Shouldn't Ral be here? Where the hell did Ral go?
Yeah, he when I opened the door, he just left.
Oh my god.
Actually, he didn't even. You know what? He didn't even warn us about this. Wait, did she planeswalk?
Yes.
Can I follow her?
No.
Ooh, would that be a good idea?
Hold on. No. Tuffy is going to try and grab her.
Well, at least can I
Do I
analyze
need to make
the
do I
planeswalker?
need to make like a strength check for
Can I
that?
at least analyze the planeswalker mark to see where she's gone?
I'm pretty sure we've already established that Kaya's are masked. Because that's what makes the most sense for, like, Kaya's character.
Wait, does that mean Ral's mark is somewhere nearby?
Yes, Ral's mark is nearby.
I'll analyze Ral's mark.
I had not figured out You know what? Roll a D100.
Alright. Because I'm not planeswalking, I'm just gonna look.
No, I know.
Because Tuffy's got a hold of me.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hang on. It's loading. Oh, come on. Alright, if you... Oh, there it is. Okay, D100.
I'm sorry, Bear. I'm trying to get you in the session.
I'm pretty sure he heard that.
Whatever he's doing, he probably heard several explosions from Is It.
It's unfortunate because that's a normal thing to happen at Is It.
Yeah, it's true. But anyway, what did you get on the D100?
It's still loading for me for some stupid fucking reason.
Do you have a pair of D10? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Never mind.
88.
You have a pair of D10s, right?
Yes, I do.
So what you do is you grab one that has like the 1 number on it and one that has 2 numbers on it. You roll those.
Yeah, those are the percentile dice, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's also a D100.
Yes.
Yeah, but I got an 88.
You know that that they went to the desert plain of Gobakan, or that Ral went there at least.
Bids, I am so sorry.
From now on, from now on, leave that to the people that are familiar with the labs. Like you should have let Ika handle this.
I'm sorry, Ika. I'm also so sorry. It will not happen again. I will not touch anything in this freaking lab ever again.
Fine, just leave it up to Ral to touch these things, because he's the leader of all this.
You let people who are able to actually mitigate the explosions do it.
Hello.
She hears Bear voice like, "Oh God," and just hides behind like a plant or something.
You are not able to hide behind a plant.
It wasn't Ick.
Yes,
I would like to know that 3
it-
fireballs just went off in this room, and I could have made it more, because that did not include the do not touch vial. So
Yeah, Eliza's just gonna stand outside of the fucking.
so there's no plant to hide behind.
Who set off the explosions today?
I
Points
did.
at
Yeah,
Eliza.
Patronus points at
Yeah.
Eliza.
I did. I take full responsibility.
I like to. Bear,
I'm sorry. I'm laughing, you guys, but that was hilarious.
No, you should be.
Did Zyda even told you about this?
No.
out of character, absolutely hilarious. In character,
Zyda would have absolutely told her, "Don't open drawers." Is it?
Ick thinks this is funny in character too.
And actually,
you know what?
Zyda comes skidding around the corner. There shouldn't be an explosion from. What the fuck?
Hello. I
Did not
opened.
listen.
I made a bad. I mean, to be fair, they investigated this room, so I figured I thought they would have turned it all off.
Zyda crosses his arms. It's like, you opened a drawer, didn't you?
Yes, I did, honey. I'm sorry.
I told you about opening drawers, and is it?
I thought they were already turned off because the other people came in here.
Do
Before
not
us.
turn off glyphs of warding. Even Bear knows this.
I already got scolded by Mom.
What was it like to die in explosion?
Would not recommend.
I am.
Oh yeah. Also, they is with Vadrinus.
Tori, I am so sorry. I'm gonna go.
You're lucky that I could just put my hair back however the hell I want.
You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna stand outside, away from everything. You know what? I'm just gonna go for a walk.
Oh no! You do not get to do that.
No.
No?
Yeah, I was always told to be wary of Orzhov agents.
I'm an entertainer.
Very entertaining.
Shut up, Eck.
What happened? Why is everybody in this office?
Okay, so Florence is trying to break down the potions. There was a bit of an accident. So we came here to Vonna's lab to find something. And, yeah, we found quite a bit.
We found a bit before you exploded everything. And probably deleted, and probably got rid of more potential evidence. Or
The vial that had the sign that says "Do not touch" in like damn near every language in Ravnica, it's still there. The sign's gone, but the vial's still there.
Well, you see, the vial's still there. See?
You want Ick to touch it?
No.
Everyone step outside of the room.
it said "Do not touch," and
Now, technically, I did not touch that.
no, you didn't.
The do not touch sign.
But you
refers to
touched something
everything.
else.
I was just trying to
Outside
help.
of the lab.
Liza goes
Everyone.
outside the lab. Liza
Alright.
goes outside the lab, and she's going down the hallway away from
just-
the lab.
Yeah, just try to be careful, Bear.
I'm probably gonna. Tuffy's probably gonna like get Bids and Ika probably to the hospital after they nearly died.
Ika will use his electroshock stuff to heal Ika, but it also hurts himself to do so.
Liza's just gonna go cry in the corner.
What I'm gonna do
Yes, Bear.
as someone who is capable of not fucking carking it when they explode, due to the sheer amount of health that I possess,
Ooh, vial?
once everyone is outside of the room and outside of what can be assumed to be fireball radius, Bear is going to touch it.
Away.
But Ick wants to watch.
Okay. Okay, Bear, you touch that vial?
Bear is going to pick it up specifically.
You pick it up, okay.
Is it?
You have the
what type
vial in
of-
your hand.
It's a vial. Is it a corked vial?
Yes.
Okay. So it hasn't set off, but if I jostle it a little bit too much, it might explode. Where is the nearest lab of someone we know to be guaranteed to be an ally?
Florence.
Well, Florence's lab is in Civic, so although he is for sure guaranteed to be an ally.
That is true.
Anadora probably has a lab, but she's also been doing reception in the medical wing.
Probably heard that. Like, the fuck was that?
She's from Is It? She's used to it.
Yeah.
You know, I think the main reason Zyda noticed because it's like, wait a minute, there shouldn't be explosions coming from that area.
Flings his head out.
Does Zyda have a lab?
Some
I think Zyda technically has a lab, but he doesn't do alchemical things.
Ah, okay.
one of you go get Anadora. I will take this to her lab. It will need to be
I'll go get her.
analyzed by somebody who is used to this sort of stuff.
I'll go get her. Far away from this lab as I can.
Bear recommends keeping decent space between Bear and yourselves.
Okay.
The
On
Ick
the way
wants to
there,
watch.
she's just crying at Zyda's side. Like, I didn't mean it. It was an accident.
So you go to get Anadoro, and she ends up coming and taking Bear to her lab.
Very carefully sets it down in a vial holder. It was labeled "Do not touch." It was likely volatile. Bear takes out his notepad, writes down a formal request for examination, tears it off, and hands it to her. You will be... words function in brain, please.
She nods. She walks up to it. Bear, I want you to roll a d20 to see how well she does at this. At figuring this out from a glance.
Okay, just a raw d20?
Yes.
We have a really good alchemist on our hands. It's not a natural 20, but it's a 19.
Okay, so she's able to figure this out very quickly. It's like... weird. She picks it up. It's like cork off. Sniffs it and goes to drink it.
Yes.
And like drinks a little bit of it.
This is an alchemist. That makes sense.
And it's like... huh. Strangely acidic with a berry taste.
Do not tell me it was just alcohol.
It's not just alcohol. It's Mountain Dew voltage.
Oh,
God.
my god!
Let's go!
So the one thing that didn't need, that was almost not touched, was just a drink.
And I'd like to note, it was also the vial that was blast-proof.
Really likes a Mountain Dew.
Baja Blast.
Nah, you get banished to the ranch dimension.
Not even the cool ranch dimension, just the regular ranch dimension.
It's like Cool Ranch, but less cool.
No sunglasses for you. So anyway, do you want some?
It is a drink?
Sorry?
It is a drink?
Yeah.
Why would it be labeled "Do not touch"? And it survived 3 explosions.
You would be surprised how many alchemists care more about their energy, especially in Is It. You would be surprised how many alchemists care more about their energy drinks than their reagents. Is that ginseng? Yeah, that's ginseng.
Well, let us hope that the explosions did not destroy any actual evidence. Thank you for your help, Inadoro.
Sure. She puts the cork back on it and puts it back. It's hers now.
It's hers now. Bear doesn't give a shit. Bear makes his way back to the rest of the party.
What was it?
A drink.
Huh?
And it
Sorry, a
missed
what?
out?
It was an energy drink, apparently.
Oh yeah, I think I have some in my lab.
Give!
Mine don't look like that though.
Give!
No, we cannot give them to Ick. This is a bad idea.
Yeah, I agree. Bad idea. Also, never give E energy drinks.
Why do you say that like you have experience in what happens when you do?
It was an accident. My mother wanted something. I went to go get her some. And he just happened to pick it up.
And did you drink it?
No, it was meant for my mother because my mother was staying up cooking some stuff. And he just happened to take a drink.
Is that
You
what those
have
yellow
got to
cans?
be.
Is that what those yellow cans with the big letter C on them are? C5, I think it was called.
Yes.
You are not referencing C4 before fucking Monster. Fuck you.
No, I have different references for Monster. Trust
Yes, they are big and angry and they try to kill people.
True.
That's why you saw E running up and down in.
That's why he was running up the building?
So
Yeah.
So you drank that. Did it give you some magical abilities to fly?
I wouldn't say he was flying.
Oh,
Think
that's
of
the
it
ones from
akin to
Theros that do that.
non-magical haste. Haste has energy drinks that make you fly?
I mean, I've heard that.
Like,
Like,
there's
Haste has-
ones that from Theros that do that.
I heard that there's one that says that it will give you wings.
Right, that's the Red Minotaur one.
Ick wants that one.
It's.
There is problem with drinking any of them. You tend to form fixation and can not break it very easily.
Ick doesn't fixate on anything.
Cut to Ick frantically twisting a Rubik's Cube.
they just instantly has the sus look towards Ick when saying this.
I'll just say I wasn't able to sleep when he came home.
So,
In fact, Ix just pops up behind Ick as the Among Us has an Among Us face man. When Ick says that.
did you save the evidence that Vonda was doing some evil shit?
We know that she does not like Florence, and we think part of her research has to do with planeswalking.
I believe you. If you had the book and the notes on your person when the explosions went off, I will say that they are safe. Maybe slightly more singed than they previously were, but safe.
Yeah. I gave the book to Rao.
Oh yeah. No, Ral had the book, and Ral escaped.
Fuck off. He saw you about to make a mistake and said, "Nah."
Yeah, fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah. You should have left it up to him.
I'm gonna have a nice talk with him when he gets back.
It will not be nice talk, considering you blew up a lab.
Listen! I thought Rao told us straight up that there were other people in the lab that investigated. I legitimately thought that they would have turned off the bombs.
Again, you do not turn off glyphs of warding.
And
I
I'd
just
like to
spell
note
magic.
there were other people in the lab investigating it. It was also you guys previously.
Yes.
I'm just gonna go cry in the corner now.
Well, what did the book have in it?
From what I remind me, Dan, it was like research notes on planeswalking about the spark and stuff like that, right?
I believe, yeah, I think it was the, she was researching, like, the potion with the planeswalking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was something that she was studying.
A potion. She was trying to create a potion of planeswalking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By the way, behind Bear, the rest of you see Kaya holding Raul by his collar.
You too.
He's not in
And
trouble this time. She lets him down.
What did the notes have on them? Because if we can find something that is explicitly criminal, we can put out a warrant, and the entirety of Azorius can watch out for her.
I never thought that Rao would just have his collar grabbed by Kaya.
Yeah, it's normally Tomek doing that.
I get it.
He hands over the book. It's like, there's nothing criminal about this. It was just researching that potion, unfortunately.
It's what there's pages of notes.
Yeah,
Nick
it's
will
just
relay
pages of...
what the... Nick will relay what the I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was the more threatening note.
Yeah, the
what
notes
Bear's been
that
trying
you...
to push for.
Yeah, the notes that you had, which were not in
Yeah.
the book. They were, like, loose notes. Ones that were, like, he keeps messing with my shit. He's always getting in my way. One that said the word die over and over again, etc., etc.
I think we need to...
And that are very clearly directed at Florins.
That's really concerning. Like, we need to have a talk with Vonda about this.
This is more than enough to have the Azorius be watching out for Vonda Domine.
The problem is that she's on a whole different plane, from what I understand.
Yeah, but if she comes back, the Azorius will see.
Yeah, but also the notes indicate, this book indicates, or at least this is my theory, is that she's not a planeswalker.
Yeah, like she may have one of these potions to planeswalk, but then she might not have another to planeswalk back to Ravnica.
Also, before the explosion that Eliza caused happened, one thing that you guys also were able to note is that there were less blast marks than there should be based on the amount of explosions that tended to come from Vonda's lab.
And now there's more.
Yeah, now there's more. But
takes a lot.
But earlier, like, there was less burn marks before Eliza here pulled a drawer out. And which is really unusual of Vonda, considering that she's usually destructive when it comes to her experiments.
Yeah, by the way, you're still getting your contract with Rakdos extended because of that.
That wasn't my fault!
Yes, it was. It was explicitly your fault.
You touched something in an Izzet lab. It is exactly your fault.
Please don't.
I directly told you not to open somebody's drawers in an Izzet lab.
By the fact that there were less burn marks than are expected to be here before the explosions, we can reasonably assume she has not been on Ravnica for quite some time.
Yeah.
But she may want to come back to collect her research notes, unless she has a copy of them.
Yeah, but the question is, where did she go?
No.
You guys
That
already
is
know
a
where
good
she
question.
went. You guys already have a good indication of where she went, actually.
True.
Would this potion have left like a mark of hers?
No, but you guys already know that there was a previous Planeswalker symbol here that went to Arcavios.
I think.
Right, so rewind that a bit.
When you guys thought she was kidnapped.
Ah, yes. Then we need to planeswalk to this Arcavius plane.
Arcavius? Yeah. I imagine Kaya gets a worried look on mentioning that.
Everyone roll an insight check.
Okay.
Okay.
Insight plus.
I got that one.
Where's my insight? I got 9.
19.
19 as well.
30-20.
That would be 11.
For 19, 19, and 20... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, in character, I think Tuffy is still so mad at Eliza for the explosion that he's not able to think straight.
So, for the 19, 19, and 20, which there is a bit of a look of concern on Kaya's face with the mention of Arcavios.
Doesn't say shit because he knows why.
Master. It's like, Master Kaya, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. I'm not gonna question it any further.
Okay. Well.
Just out of curiosity, in that explosion, the that one lightning in the bottle that was like the reversal agent thing, was that also destroyed in the fireball?
Yes. Unless you had picked it up and put it on your person, yes, it was.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think she was. We were just looking at it.
Oops.
Yeah. Yeah, so Madrina, she'll then turn to Bear, and she'll just say, not only with all of this, Florence, he's been looking into those chromatic star potions. Vonda has rigged them in a way that should anybody try to reverse engineer, they explode. We had found at least what appears to be like a base for that type of reagent or compound to make that. We don't have it anymore. She just kind of just
sorry. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna.
You are not going anywhere.
Why?
Just help us with this, and
I am not touching any more things in here.
We could still need your
that's
help.
Probably right.
Like, you help us out with what we're looking for in Arcavios, and in return, once that's over, we can give you some time alone.
But the question
Will
is,
not be over for very long.
Yeah, the point is that she is, if this is what she's able to make, then yeah, they've got all kinds of backup plans and capabilities. So if we're going after her, we really need to be careful.
I mean, there's also the possibility she's probably already done this, made that thing in Arcavios.
That's also possible. It's like, like we said, we've at least found the baseline, but whatever else was added to it, yeah, it's, definitely can't be found in Simic. We don't touch anything that volatile.
Okay,
So-
she points to Ralzeric, clean up your shit. She points to Eliza, stop touching random things.
I'm not gonna touch any more things, I promise.
Good.
Yes, Mom.
I'm not your mother. Your mother would and probably will be much harsher.
Oh, I'm fully aware of it. I mean, she is a Borrow soldier. Former. Yeah. And I'm probably not going to hear the end of it.
Other things to deal with.
Okay. Meep.
Guys, this scene couldn't have gone better.
Honestly, this is just low-key Eliza just tuning into that red.
I wonder what I could touch to cause the most damage today. Oh boy, a drawer!
Proof that
Goddamn
Eliza really
sadist.
does belong in Rakdos.
Yep.
Even though she's in
Goddamn
denial.
sadist.
Okay. Well,
Even though she's in denial, she's like, Rakdos isn't for me. No, they're too chaotic.
Meanwhile, Eliza, all I gotta do is open this drawer.
I mean, to be fair, she legitimately thought they turned off the glyphs of warning.
Anyway, so it's like,
The next time you think about opening a drawer, ask.
okay, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to collect any more evidence from this room, so I'm just going to close this door.
Be sure to get somebody in there to dispel the glyphs of warding.
What glyphs of warding?
You
Anything said dispelled.
Also, you don't dispel glyphs of warding that easily.
God freaking tuna fish.
tuna fish.
Frickin' what?
I don't like cursing.
Oh my god. You are such a child!
It's not being a child, it's called being a proper lady.
No, that's being a child. Kaya says fuck.
Listen, I have cursed before. It's just very rare.
Uh-huh.
don't need. The one time I'll stick up for Eliza today, you don't need to swear to be an adult.
Hey, but if
But,
you're tuna fish in place of where you're cussing, no, that's
Yeah.
bullshit.
it's not the lack of swearing, but it is what you do in place of it.
You're being weird about it to the point where you want to cuss but don't. If you want to cuss, maybe there's a time when it's appropriate. I'm just saying.
Well, in that
Just
case,
saying.
does Ral understand Draconic by any chance?
Good question.
I'll have to figure out by swearing in Draconic.
Yes, she starts swearing in Draconic. Motherfucking close morning.
There you go. Stop so.
You
Yes, he
remember
knows
the-
Draconic! His guildmaster was a dragon once!
Yes, like it's common knowledge that that the previous guildmaster was a dragon of this guild.
Yeah, yeah.
And of all the people who are currently in this guild who would have been under Niv Mizzet, Ral is definitely one of them. He is the one that for sure would be known to have been.
Actually, we should probably report to Niv Mizzet one of these sometime, shouldn't we?
Probably should report to him now.
Yeah, because she actually pulls out a piece of paper from the call time lab. The one
Which
that
I'm
has
surprised to survive the explosion.
It was in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Hang on. So you're saying she pulls it out of the bag of holding?
Yes.
All I gotta do is open this bag. What?
Huh, does it always do that? Alright. Do Niv miss it? Oh god.
Yeah, let's pay the Durgan a visit.
Yay. Oh boy. I wonder how am I gonna react to him with this new thing that's happened to me. Which she does tell Zyda what the heck happened to her on Coldheim.
Oh, so I'm dating like a literal dragon now.
Yeah. We thought it was some metal dragon, but it's like just a human in a mech.
The dragon caught.
Fun fact: he actually is dragon.
Yeah, so not just a dragon cosplayer. He's not in the first.
Yeah, he's not just a dragon. He's not just a dragon cosplayer.
Yeah,
he is part dragon, but he has less draconic features. Like those claws. Those claws are his.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, not fursuit.
No.
Come on, Bear. I know.
Really, do we want to have? Oh, okay. No.
Bear is not going inside.
Right, in we go, I guess.
Hi.
Hi! Oh my god, girl, look at you!
Thanks. Your hair looks amazing.
Thank you, love. Oh my god, I love what you did with your makeup. You've got to give me beauty tips, honey.
Oh, for sure. Samantha, give her where I got that lotion from. One of the snakes pulls out like a notepad with an address.
Oh my god, thank you. Oh, she's so cute.
Hisses appreciatively. It has been a minute. Let me guess. You guys are here to see Izzy, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, hold on a second. She presses the intercom. Izzy! It's the Chasers! I told you 1,000,000 times not to call me Izzy.
Who's
Oh, Isaac giggles.
Tuffy? Tuffy's like, who's Izzy?
It's a cute nickname for Nib, is it?
Yeah.
It's fine. Send them in. Just please stop calling me Izzy.
Alright.
He's
Well, sure thing. Do you want me to say Mizzy instead? No.
Oh, Missy! Now that I understand.
Alright,
Just call me Niv. Yeah, but that's not as cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like like Patrice, she's just gonna walk. She's like, I am not going to piss off the dragon today.
Neither is Eliza, because Eliza just kind of meekly enters. Eyes turn blue, as Niv remembers that she had purple eyes. Now they're blue. Hi.
Hello.
hello.
He's got a look on his face like, interesting.
A lot has happened.
Would imagine so.
That starts summarizing what the heck has happened, including the part where she accidentally set off a clip of warning.
So first things first, you're an idiot.
Yes, I am fully aware that's why I'm not in Is It.
Starting to think your second guild of being Rakdos is rather fitting.
Wait. Angry draconic noises.
After all that, yes.
kind of
She also
carelessness.
shut up. She also shows Niv her bluish scales that she's got on her body now.
I want to call that a positive, but the more territorial side of me wants to call it a negative.
Yeah, I feel kind of a hissing at, and I'm trying not to, because, you know, you're bigger than me. You're definitely tougher than me, and you could probably kick my butt all the way from one side of Ravnica to the other.
Very much so.
So yeah, I'm not here to fight.
No, you're just here to blow the rest of us up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
It would be
People-
to be fair, it would be far dumber for you to fight me than for you to have done what you already did.
So, I have a paper here that we recorded, and it just doesn't make any sense. And here's where I took notes, people. P926 space 3 RD space TK space 7-X.
What is this supposed to be?
Some kind of code. I thought maybe it's a math code that you could probably solve.
Okay, that was the music bot. Thanks, music bot. I appreciate it. I appreciate your.
I
Okay, just at least it's just the music bot.
Yeah, great. I appreciate it. So anyway, he just looks at it, it's like what it looks like is just some random. I was about to bring the bot back. Oh, that was me bringing the bot back. Okay, never mind. I'm stupid. Anyway. So he just goes, what this looks like is some kind of internal code for experimentation.
All right.
And without knowing the system that they're using, I wouldn't know anything about it.
All right. Thank you, oh wise one. Trying, just being respectful.
Certainly.
Either way, it sounds like you have several paths yet to go down. Which raises the question, of course.
Well, we have several leads that lead us to believing there's... Well, not believing that we know that there's cult members on a plane called Arcavios.
And what of other planes that you have to go? There's also Theros with your pursuit of Gideon.
Liza winces at that. Yeah.
And
I'm trying to think of
And based on the developments you've told me about, it seems that there's also developments that may take you to a bit more troubling of a location. Not to mention this potential research in true name magic. Which if you do pursue further, I would be interested in notes on that myself.
I do happen to have the notes on True Name Magic, which she did write down, and she will pass it to Nib Mizzet.
Interesting. Again, knowing where else you need to go in order to master this more fully, that may also be potentially urgent.
Tuffy's gonna try and calm down and thinks back to the Tan and raises and goes to ask a question. Nif Mizzet? Nif Mizzet? How much do you know about the process of completion?
That is not something that I've ever encountered before.
But have you heard of it? Or
There may have been a couple of planeswalkers that have come through Ravnica a time or two that I've heard mention of it from.
Well-
Was up the Planeswalker book.
well, someone seems to have contracted the disease. I don't know if it's a disease, but someone that's has contracted it, and while we're in this, and while he's being stabilized, I do fear that the stabilization is only temporary. I
So
know.
what you're saying is, there are difficult decisions to be made about what to handle first.
Yes.
The only advice I can really give you is that there are no good decisions when everything becomes urgent.
Where's Ick?
Behind you.
Yeah, Ick is here.
Oh, I couldn't see because of the stupid clicksy thingy.
What would you consider the most logical decision?
The most logical decision would probably be the one that can assist the most amount of people.
In theory, that would be correct. Or the one that puts the enemy closer to their end goal. One issue there is that we do not have proper knowledge of what their end goal is. Or the one that puts us closer to an end goal against the enemy. And that one we may very well know.
Which would be gathering more allies.
You can gather more allies doing anything. No, the one that puts you closer to an end goal would be more research into true name magic. Which would mean you going to Tarkir.
Yeah. And from what I understand, what we learned on Eldraine, there's only one. From what I understand, there's one person that we need to seek out that may take us there. And she pulls out the Planeswalker book and turns to Soren Markov's page. This guy.
Potentially. I would like to remind you as a player, we'll cross that bridge. We'll cross that bridge.
Yeah.
Potentially. So on Eldraine, they did not mention that Soren had been to Tarkir.
Huh.
Yeah, they didn't tell you that.
But he was with Ugin. I remember that. But that doesn't mean he probably... What else? My bad.
Are you whatevsing the guy in charge?
But that was me out of character.
Okay, that's fair.
He's like, either way, if you don't have a path to it, then perhaps that is one that can be more delayed until you get the path. Or find another source where there is a path already. But any action you take is going to have consequences.
Right.
You just need to be prepared for what those consequences are going to be.
Thank you for your time. That's all I got.
There's also like one more thing, Niv, is it? There's also like what Eliza said back in Kaldheim called Eternals.
He
Like
looks to
when she-
Eliza, and it's like, why did you bring Eternals up? Wait, don't answer that. I know why. They were the undead force that Nicol Bolas used during the War of the Spark.
Yes, and the thing is, I don't remember. When I transformed, I don't remember any of that.
Likely a psychological reaction.
Yes. I have come to the conclusion that I haven't properly healed from that day because I forgot. So if I need to start healing, I need to remember.
That child you've been taking care of, Ika. That's Zaida.
Yes.
He had to hide among them in order to prevent his own inevitable death. During the War of the Spark.
Yeah.
When he was rather young as well.
Yeah.
So he may know something about them too.
Yeah, they were really hard to deal with.
Not impossible. But difficult. Certainly something that would be easier to deal with without certain people at their command. And with no god Eternals to deal with either.
Like...
God Eternals?
Bolas's corruption of the plane of Amonkhet didn't just extend to the
Yeah.
people, it also extended to the gods.
Yeah, the three, like, ancient gods that awakened.
Huh.
Also led
The-
to the death of Oketra and the other four gods. I mean, the other three gods as well. Hazaret's still alive, which is still a good thing.
I'm sorry to hear that, Ika.
Yeah, well, at least there's still hope in Amonkhet with Hazaret being alive.
How is Zaida doing?
The last time I've seen him was when he showed up to the lab after the explosion happened.
He's been doing well.
Good. I am not known for my emotional response, but given how young he was during the war, there's always a certain concern for him, especially since he would be under what was my charge.
What exactly happened to you during the war, Lord Miz, if I may ask?
Oh. I died.
What?
Ooh!
I heard
Tell.
he died in it and then came back.
I died and then was brought back when Jace Bellerin gave up his position as the Living Guild Pact.
What was it like to die?
It sucked. It was fucking awful.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad you got better. Dang.
That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy. That is most certainly a way to put it.
Well, if there is nothing else.
Yeah, once again, thank you for your time.
Of course.
Immediately steps out of the Guild Pact, like, holy, says in Draconic, shit, that was intense.
Wait, you swear now? Girl.
Oh yeah, you're his secretary. I assume you would know Draconic.
Yeah.
The people who know Draconic, it's going to be incredibly obvious who they are.
Oh.
And it's like, wait, why would Becca know Draconic? Oh, right, Secretary of Niv Mizzet. Gee.
Hi, Bear. We're almost done.
I have to pee.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yep, 5-minute break.
Okay, I will feed the cat then.
Yep, 5-minute break.
I am
get
so
get your snacks.
Danny, I am so sorry.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I think when we get to Arcavia, some might use a locate creature to search for Vonda.
Honestly, that's
Something wrong with the image that I just posted in general with the tweet there. There's something wrong with it. And it infuriates me.
Yeah, where's the flag?
No, the flag is there. There's something wrong with the fairy bread.
Oh,
where's
yeah.
where's the icing?
Yeah, where is it?
What the fuck do you mean? Dion bitches about people fucking up one of his favorite childhood foods.
So I'm trying to think,
We go to
did this fuck with the stream in any way?
Yes, the stream is now down.
probably.
Yeah, I like to think
Wait.
they exist in the Feywild. Yeah, I
They
mean,
have
cold.
to.
Are we...
Fairy bread is
probably.
absolutely in the Underdark. It's the only good thing in the Underdark.
The stream is back online. It seems.
In the
Oh.
Underdark.
Okay.
The stream is back online. It seems.
So yeah,
Okay.
The stream
Oh shit! Yeah, the stream is back. Hi guys.
so yeah.
Hello.
I'm thinking-
Opinion on fairy
Oh,
bread.
yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool.
I'm
Welcome
actually
to
thinking-
welcome to bitching about fairy bread. Don't fuck it up, or
Yeah.
an Australian
Kill
you
you.
know or tangentially knows you will kill you.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
happens.
You know what, Danny? We should probably put fairy bread on the menu in Strixhaven because it sounds like that would be something for Eldraine that would bring over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eldraine is not Australian enough to have.
No,
Fairy
this would be what...
Zendikar, on the other hand.
Yeah. Like, I would think
Yeah,
if
what
I would think of anything, the fairy bread will probably show up like when we eventually get to when we go to Luke's home.
Yeah, I like to think it also is in the Feywild in an
Yeah.
area called Mistborn.
I like to imagine.
Listen, again,
that,
if you're looking for the MTG version of Australia, you just look at Zendikar.
Yeah, that has
America
to
hates
exist
more than
too.
Australia does. Like Australia is actually fucking beautiful.
It is.
Yeah, so is Zendikar.
All right.
I do like this picture, yeah. I love floating islands. I like floating islands.
Much like Australia, Zendikar is beautiful and will kill you.
Okay. And
The
What-
lamb wants to kill you.
I have to argue though. Australia won't kill you simply for being in Australia.
Yeah.
It'll kill you if you're an idiot and you go swim with the box jellyfish.
Or if you
kill
decide to touch our wildlife.
Yeah.
Or if you open drawers.
Oh my god.
No, that's Ravnica.
Specific is it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know.
Uh,
Don't open it. Don't open any
yeah.
of Bear's drawers at work.
okay.
What-
Any
Would the dangerous, would the equivalent of Australia's dangerous animals be the Eldrazi in Zendikar?
I don't know.
The Eldrazi are H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh, I like them.
Yeah. But we're not dealing with Eldrazi in this campaign.
We're dealing with some
Dealing
bastard
with-
children.
Yeah.
All right. Anywho, just giving the heads up because apparently we got a storm coming. So if for whatever reason, like we lose power and everything, then you'll know what happened.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, Liza sitting outside. Very heavy breathing because that was very tense.
Yo, Bear, I think they're done.
Oh,
That was very, very scary for me.
you're not going inside.
There's a different level between me and Niv Mizzet now with this new awakening.
To the party's thoughts?
Yep.
I think Tuffy will
Also-
just use this
Sorry, go
opportunity
ahead.
to relay everything that happened in there to Bear. simply so that Bear could be caught up.
Well, this break wasn't going to last very long. Anyway.
Supposed to be on break?
The point is, in his own words, there are multiple paths we can take. Some of them are going to be quite dangerous because we still don't know everything. We don't know what they're after. But there's one path that we can take that, no matter what, would cause a massive blow to them. And that would be finding out the nature of the true name magic.
And for that, we need to seek out a path to Tarkir.
But it's
So-
still not the only. But still not the only one that we can take.
For now, I think it's pretty fucking late. We should get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I need to rest off these burn wounds.
I am so sorry, guys. I am so sorry.
It's fine. Like, just be careful. And just let Ral do all the touching from now on in the Izzet labs.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go home and face the wrath of my mother, then go to sleep. I'm probably just go sleep in my plushie pile. So, yeah, going home.
Imagine going home.
I know, right?
Do the rest of you go home? Tuffy, you technically go where your home is in Ravnica.
Yes.
Like, I know it's not like your home in Bloomdale.
I know. I know.
Yeah, Bids definitely needs to rest.
I imagine we restore HP after that.
Yes, that would be a long rest. Bear, do you go home?
Yes.
One thing you notice when you get home, North is still at the Izzet Hospital.
Bear's going to make up dinner and assume that a few of the other brothers are still there as well. So what Bear's going to do is he's going to make dinner and then go to the hospital because they probably need food.
Let me just get there and make sure that I have the appropriate people here at the moment. Yeah, that's the appropriate people.
Here we are.
And here we are.
Standing here. We're standing.
I'm standing
Knocks on
here.
the door. First for James.
James will answer. Hello.
Yeah, Bear thought you could use some dinner. It is late.
I see. He takes the plate. Thank you. I would like you to roll a history check real quick.
Now, memory is not Bear's strong suit. That's a 16.
That's good enough. I'm going to send it to you in DMs. There you go. Have fun with that.
Doesn't mean he doesn't.
That is
Have a
true.
good night. Have a good night, James. Bear will then make his way down to this room, knock on the door.
You knock on the door. North winds up getting up, answering. He just goes, "Oh, hi."
Should still have something to eat, even if you're not going to come home tonight. Here, Bear brought dinner.
Oh, thanks.
How is your father?
Still, see a little bit of a sniffle. He's still asleep. Roll an insight check.
Not on that dice. That one went fucking flying. Bear's good at reading people. 18.
It doesn't seem like North has slept. It seems like he's been crying. He's all kinds of mess. Several brands of it.
You haven't slept. At all.
Let me think. Oh, I guess you're right. sorry.
I know you are worried about your father, but you should still take care of yourself.
Yeah, I know. I guess I just haven't been able to.
May I come in?
Sure. He
Bear,
will move back to the chair he had been in every single time you saw him in this room.
Bear will walk in and sit next to North.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Eat.
He does.
Bear will have to leave again.
He nods a little bit and he goes to start eating. It's like, and he says, "Do you know where to?"
What was the name of the place? The brain, it fails me. True name magic.
Tarkir.
Takir. It seems we'll be going to Tarkir.
I've never heard of that place before.
Bear does not know how long we will be gone for.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Just, I know I probably don't need to tell you this, but just be safe, okay?
Of course. That's for tonight. Bear is going to spend it with you.
He smiles. Thanks.
Hang on a second, because we're due a music change in relation to this. I wasn't expecting to do...
Ready?
I wasn't expecting to quite do this part just yet, but I think there's a fitting moment to happen here. As you two are basically here with the night spent together, give me just a second, because I have at the very least generic music to use for this. You start to hear groaning and see stirring from on the bed.
It gently nudges North. Look.
He sees and hears this, and he, like, dashes over.
Bear slowly stands up and walks over.
The man opens his eyes. He first sees the wolf child, his child, the one that looks the most like him, by the way. And then he sees you. Kind of narrows his eyes a little bit. Very slowly goes to sit up. Like, clearly still in pain, but, like, kind of getting bearings of where he is.
Hello.
You. Why do I recognize that voice?
I am the one who broke you free from your containment. We appear to have shared a dream at some point. I am Bear.
He looks to you and then looks to North again. And then looks back to you.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, I suppose. Though the circumstances... Not the...
And he, like, pauses mid-sentence as he looks in a particular direction. And Bear, when you look at that direction, you see that he has noticed the Is It emblem in this room.
Medical wing, it is it.
He squints at it. And then he looks back to you.
Then could you do me a favor, Mr. Bear?
And that would be?
As soon as realistically possible, could you arrange my transfer to a different medical facility?
You are conscious and capable of making your own decisions. That can be arranged for the morning. Which guild would you prefer to be moved to?
He thinks about that for a moment.
While he's thinking, Bear just gets out one of the other portions that he prepared and just sets it on the bed.
Like, he's thinking, and you actually said it, like, right where he's looking. I'm going to roll a d10 for this. Actually, I'm going to roll a d8 for this, because I know there are choices that he would very much not like. There's at least 2 of them. Okay. Actually, wait, what am I doing? There are exactly 4 choices that he would in particular want. So I'm going to re-roll that, but with the intent of it being one of those 4. Oh, okay.
Likely the Simic. They would have similarly advanced facilities.
One of your sons will be able to watch over you.
He looks to north, it's like you, for example. I wouldn't be in, Simic, but, yeah. Aki's good, though. He's really smart.
Aki.
Oscar Aorca. He has the ability to change between humanoid and beast folk looks.
I see. And what would your name be, son?
Oh, north.
There are 2 more who we have confirmed to be your children. One is a gruel warrior named E. That is the only way he refers to himself. And the other is a Golgari hunter named Ostrel.
Forward to meeting these sons of mine properly, then.
Oscar will be very pleased to know that you would wish to be with Simic. He was quite invested in getting back at the people who did that to you.
That certainly sounds like a son of mine.
Ben then hands over a card. Should you need The people at Azorius will listen to you if you give them this card.
Yes.
He does kind of narrow his eyes a little bit at that.
Not a fan of Azorius, fair enough.
It's probably not for the reason you think.
Keep that in mind. You are Azorius.
Is of Azorius, yes. Former rank, detective. Informal rank, Bear does whatever he wants.
Good. Then you're not under the thumb of him.
Him?
That joke of a chancellor. Dovenbon.
Ban has not been here for a long time.
Yeah? I want you to think about why he would presume it was Dovin Bond.
Because he's
charge.
old as fuck.
Yes.
Now, the guildmaster is Lavinia.
Don't say.
Dovenban was ousted and executed years ago.
Good.
Bear should note, you have been gone for a very long time. Ravnica is a bit different now.
Imagine so, with Niv-Mizzet bothering with hospitals in his facilities.
Niv-Mizzet is the living guild pack.
What? Ow.
He was killed during the War of the Spark, and the previous living guild pact stood down and gave him the position. Guildmaster Ral Zerek runs Is It now.
One of his whelps is in charge still. Forgive my distrust.
You are forgiven. You were from a time where everyone in Ravnica was at each other's throats.
Yeah, the funny thing is, there's more to it than what his time in Ravnica was.
Someone in a guild is the reason why he was captured, I'm assuming.
Well, I want you to think about one of the cultural things about Kaldheim that you noticed when talking to people.
They hate dragons.
Yeah.
So he may be a Kaldheim native.
Right.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. You would be pleased to know that the dragon that had you captive was beheaded.
It does please me to know that.
And that I am a member of a group of inter-guild interests hunting down other dragons. However, that can be explained another time. Please, you should eat to regain your strength.
Inclined to agree.
What he has been served is it is essentially just a stroganoff, but there's more meat in it than would normally be in a stroganoff. There's like doubled the meat that you'd put in a stroganoff.
Yes.
He was expecting to feed entirely carnivores.
Yeah. And guess what? There's an extra carnivore here.
Yeah, he was expecting more of the kids to still be here, more of the siblings. So he packed a lot of food.
Oh, you'll be happy to know it was just North that was completely obsessed with seeing every moment of this until his dad was okay.
Bear will go and organize for your transfer in the morning, and we'll be back soon. And Bear will go to the front desk.
I'd imagine at the moment there's nobody at the front desk, but
I know how to summon somebody to visit, and that's touch the things that they don't want you to touch. I touch the computer.
Hey. Anadoro is very tired.
Apologies for the unorthodox way of summoning you. Ulfnir Eorka is awake and has requested a transfer to a Simic facility in the morning.
Sure, I'd imagine I should just be in contact with Aki about that, yeah?
Yes. Oscar will happily take on his feather.
I'll send over an email.
Thank you. And with that, Bear will head back to the room.
Ulfnir is eating slower than his son, which is understandable in this.
It's understandable. He is in pain.
Yes.
To this transfer, I would be interested in meeting these other chasers of yours.
Bear will be here overnight and will oversee the transfer himself. He will then send for the other chasers when you are safe in the Simic facility.
It is greatly appreciated. There is at least someone worthy of my trust.
Bear takes down a few notes just of what he's observed. The fact your animosity towards dragons in general, you are a native of Kaldheim, aren't you? It seems to be a normal thing there to detest dragons.
Correct.
Do you realize how long you have been unconscious.
He thinks for a moment. Looks towards north. Realizes something. Looks towards you. Longer than I thought.
If my memory serves correct, it was approximately 30-something years.
Yeah.
It was 30-something years. Bear cannot remember the exact time, and their notes were awful and scientific and stupid. But you have been out of Ravnica for a long time.
I've missed so much of the lives of my children.
But you are here now. You are able to be a part of their lives now. What was the line in that book Bear read once? Lament not the past you have missed, but cherish the future you will share.
I'm inclined to agree. A lack of lament for half of my life being gone. Is difficult.
It is difficult, yes. However, you are far more than strong enough to do so.
He goes back to eating. And yes, this is for real the old man.
Yes, this is the old man.
Like, I think he actually could be old enough to be my dad.
Judging by the fact that he was gone for 30-something years, he's either pushing 70 or mid-60s.
Somewhere in that ballpark, yeah.
And yet he doesn't look a day over 25. High constitution is a hell of a drug, everybody.
It's true. Granted, physically, he's probably fucked in terms of athleticism.
Oh yeah, like his muscles would have degraded long ago.
Yep.
Well, he's an old dog.
So the
He's
night
gonna hate
continues.
I'm fully aware he's probably gonna hate Eliza.
Do not. Bear's going to make sure you do not mention the dragon thing.
Or your affinity with fire.
Fire and ice.
After today, fire.
Nope, still fire and ice.
Affinity
And
with
everything
fire
must.
to note. So these are the ingredients for the perfect little girl.
Oh my god.
But Professor Ericlean accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction. Ugin.
So no
Anyway.
no wild dreams?
No wild dreams this time.
Yay!
For now. Hey!
Hi.
It's tomorrow morning. Bear's arranging that transfer to happen. We'll deal with that at a time. Tuffy,
That's me.
do you have somewhere you would like to go?
Yeah.
Where for which would you like to be?
Tuffy is going to go to Orzhov.
Oh boy. Oh my god. He wants to keep an eye on Eliza, so he's joining Orzhov.
So
Boone?
I do actually have someone. It's like, oh, hey Tuster, what's good?
Hi, Prem. Alright, I'm... you could still see a little bit of sin from last night. From yesterday.
Hey, you got a little you kind of pats where you have.
Yeah.
Singe go-
Magically, he just rubs it and it goes away. Almost like a cartoon character.
I think Eliza's still over in Rakdos at the moment.
Ah, okay.
No, she's
Well-
asleep at home.
Either at Rakdos or at home. That's not fully why I'm here. So you remember on Eldraine, when I asked what guild you were a part of? Yeah?
Yep, that'd be me. The
Well-
number one salesman in all of Orzhov. Thank you very much.
You lie!
Well,
No, Eliza's not a salesman.
Eliza's an entertainer.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely entertained. Well, okay, I wasn't sure about the idea of if we could join other guilds, but then I saw that there was this thing going around where we could.
GCI. He like pulls out a flyer.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. He's putting two and two together because Prem is not a stupid man.
Prem is not.
He puts an arm around your shoulder. It's like, Juster, are you thinking what I think that you're thinking? Better yet, are you thinking what I think that you're thinking that I'm thinking that you're thinking?
I am thinking what you're thinking, what I'm thinking, what you're thinking, what I'm thinking.
God knows there's two of them.
Hey, buddy. It's like... So you are interested in joining the Orzhov?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet. Getting two people from the GCI myself is like a huge get.
Plus, you and Victor really did help over in I forget what the name of the place is. I'm sorry, my brain is being dumb. Out of character.
Kylan, but you'd probably notice it as Valor's Reach more so.
Yeah, you helped me out with you and Victor helped me out with Valor's Reach. So,
if anything, you were helping me over there, man.
Not to mention, just in general, I think this is probably one of the better places, one of the better guilds for me. Outside of Azorius.
Vranhausen heard Vranhausen's name, so Vranhausen appeared. Much like another person who Vranhausen doesn't know the name of.
I guess they say his name and he will appear.
Oh no! Oh no! Joe Hendry joining Orzhov. Oh god.
I wonder.
You can't have Joe Hendry joining a guild because he's a multi-dimensional being.
It's true.
I wonder if that's what.
Oh yeah. By the way.
Say his name and he appears.
I wonder if
Did
that's
somebody called for Joe?
Even Joe Hendry.
Did somebody call for Joe Hendry? No one called for Joe Hendry.
Oh, I was actually saying, like, I said you say his name and he will appear. I was referring to. Is that something that happens with you too? Huh. I'll keep that in mind for next time.
Joe Hendry does the shrug emoji. And
thank you.
When the clap happens, he disappears. It's like, anyway, hang on. Let me real quick bring over the other guy that's joining.
Okay.
He darts away and then he comes back with Luke.
You know what?
Oh my god.
Listen, good. It's a good day to be your shop, I suppose.
Never a good day to be your shop.
very
You're going to be
Orzhov.
stuck there until you. Well, I can't say until you die, because even after you die, you're going to be there.
True.
Yeah, now we have someone from Burroughs here too. Oh, hey, Luke.
So I happen to be here because it would be because considering all of the what would be the appropriate word for it? Tomfoolery that has been going on. Joining alongside Orzhov would be a much better way to ensure the safety of my goddess Eliza, of course.
That summons her. What's up?
She is. Hello. Oh, hey, Eliza. I was just about to, get a couple of contracts signed. No biggie.
Can you pass me this one's contract? She points to Luke, please.
You know what? I guess that's fair. Because he's in competition with you, but he's not a dick.
Right. Thank you, Prem. I'll be sure to treat you out to lunch later.
For sure. And he's like, of course you get to look over it to make sure that the conditions aren't, like, bad.
Right, obviously.
And you also know that Prem tends not to do that bullshit.
Yep. That's why she also trusts Prem. I'm just gonna tuck that in. I'll give this to my dad later for safekeeping. Wait, hold up. Tuffy, what are you doing here?
Oh,
right. I did say a couple of contracts, didn't I?
just using this opportunity to let it sink in.
Oh, you're joining this guild? Huh. Like, not gonna lie, Tuffy, I always thought you were, hanging out with more, with the Boros, or I could see you also in Selesnya.
I thought about those areas, but most of my other connections felt more suited for here.
Huh. I mean, I guess that makes sense given what's also going on with you. She uses telepathy. Hi, Venzer.
Hi.
Oh, yeah,
That's right! Ranhausen remembers you have ghosts in your head!
Wait, how did you hear that?
He
Hear
didn't.
what?
He didn't hear that. He just knows.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, fair. Anyway, I guess I'll show you around the church if you want to. I mean, I know this place like the back of my hand.
I might ask for a couple of people for that.
All right.
To be
You cut out a bit.
Now, to be fair, the Tuffster here happens to be mine and Vrandhausen's tag team partner, so we would probably be the most qualified to show him around. And there's already intentions to give Luke a tour anyway, but at the same time, he's your husband, so
Yeah. I suppose you wouldn't mind if we all went together? I mean, doesn't hurt.
sure, why not?
Oh, Prim, I've got to show you something that happened to me when we were on Kaldheim. It's kind of weird but cool. Shows her scales. Also right in front of Luke, too. Like, yeah.
Luke is going to make a charisma saving throw. He is going to manage to pass.
Oh, okay.
And you can see sweat emoji.
She takes note and pats him on the head. So the tour of the Orjov.
So yeah, Prem, Eliza, and Vrandhausen lead Tuffy and Luke on a tour of the Orjov. Also, for some reason... Also, Caesar is here too.
Caesar, what are you doing here?
Are you joining too?
Yeah, sure.
In her mind, oh my god. Boy, Kaya's gonna be a happy camper seeing so many new members.
Wait, Silesia, they said I could do a second one, so shrug emoji.
Yeah.
He does in fact say the words shrug emoji. Vrandhausen doesn't know what an emoji is either. I'll explain it to you guys later. I feel like it makes sense for Prem to know what an emoji is.
He is an emoji.
True. Wait, how do you know what an emoji is? You're from Eldraine. I don't know. emoji. There it is. So, the most chaotic tour of all time continues.
Mm-hmm.
This is the chapel. This is where we do our, our stuff. People come here to pray.
So, I was told there was something in all this about taking people's money?
Hmm?
Yeah.
That explains why Caesar's here.
Oh yeah. Well, it's more so. How can I put it? How would Eliza put it?
He wouldn't.
It is not about taking money from people.
Yeah.
It is.
You get a loan.
Exactly. It's a loan or it's a collections offering. Those sound like different ways of taking money from people. No. Look. If it was just taking money from people, I would have much more of a problem with it.
Basically, they give you the money, but you'll have to return that money.
Franhausen likes money.
For me, I just like entertaining.
Oh. Yeah, if you want to know more about the entertainment side, talking to her about it is probably better. If you're more interested in the money side, I'd probably be the guy to talk to.
Really, the main thing I'd use money for is right now is just to try and be able to help transfer the give the soul that's in my body to their body, his original body, and probably to get better armor.
You would need to talk to Master Tomek about that.
I'll keep that in mind.
Do I hear him coming down the hallway? I see him right there.
Yeah. This is a big crowd.
Yep. Meet some of the new recruits.
Is that Tuffy?
Yep. He's apparently joining our guild.
And is that one of your boyfriends? Husband,
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, husband.
And is that a cookie? Hello?
That's a long
The
story.
pigeon coming in. You haven't gotten married yet. Still just boyfriends.
Shut up. I should talk to... Tomek, how long has it been since we've had a wedding here in Orzhov?
Me and Rao get married.
Later I am totally going to talk to you about holding a nice wedding here in Orzhov.
I'd imagine a pretty big one, considering, I know it's more than just him.
Yeah. Technically, also speaking...
There's like, what, 9 others?
Yeah. technically...
There's not 9 others yet. There's only 8 others.
She is saving her last slot for a certain somebody. Tomek knows who it is, too.
So I'd imagine that's why she just says yeah, because she's aware that Tomek probably knows.
Yeah. Yes. Master Tomek, Tuffy does have a request for you.
If you could, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've taught this to. I believe I told it to Kaya before about Venzer.
Hey, the whole thing about Venzer. Well, I believe we said this before, that we do need the original. We do need his body to do what needs to be done.
I was actually speaking about the armor.
The armor. What about the armor?
Yeah, Tuffy is requesting about maybe buying some armor from you, if you have any.
Yeah, I would absolutely need it after some one of our more recent trips.
Take a look at what you've got already and see what we can do.
I got you, homie. I don't say... Eliza doesn't say that. That was me out of character.
Wear what, leather armor?
Let me actually double check. Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know without really, like, actual, like, in terms of, like, just requisitioning it out, we can definitely do something a little bit better than what you've got. But getting it really better than what you've got is a little bit something on the more costly side and will require a deposit. So in other words, plus, to translate that into mechanics, plus one leather armor or some other form of light armor that you can use. I'll let you get that for free from Orzhov.
Okay.
If you go to doing +2 armor of some kind, though, at that point it will start costing gold. But don't worry, I'm going to start giving you guys more gold to be able to afford stuff like that, because you guys should be able to get very rare items a little bit easier by this point in the campaign.
God knows I need something. I am Squish.
You are a sorcerer. You can't wear armor.
I am fully aware.
Yes.
Doesn't mean I need something to increase my dex.
Do you have mage armor?
Not yet, but I've got shield.
See, part of your problem is that you don't have the spell Mage Armor.
Yet.
Mage armor is literally one of the best options.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why there's a Warlock Eldritch Invocation, which is just mage armor for free.
You want to know the reason that Pacifico doesn't have Mage Armor? It's because he already has unarmored defense that is better than mage armor.
Mm-hmm. I think to actually let me double check. Let me double check. Do I? I wanted to check if what kind of armor I could have access to as a half bard, half paladin, and it looks like it's just light and medium, and shields.
Was your first level bard or paladin?
I don't remember.
Because that's what changes it.
I think you were level 2 paladin and you were level 1 bard.
No, I mean no. That doesn't necessarily signify the first level. You know.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
what you have on your sheet is that your first level was in bard, then that would make sense for you only getting up to medium.
Yes, you've got up to medium in shields, and you can use simple and martial weapons. However, you can get a feat that lets you use heavy armor.
Or you can just put 1 level fighter.
Hold on.
Not level.
Okay. I'll talk about this. I'll probably ask about it later. I will, however, say there's something I'm looking at that makes me wonder things. I'll say it after we're done. You know? Oh, okay. It looks like my first one was, in fact, Bard. Because that's a multi... Okay. Alright, cool. Figure it out, people.
Anyway.
Yay.
So, it's like, by the way, that goes... Like, I can't necessarily arm people outside of Orzhov the same way. In other words, like, if the people outside of Orzhov, if they're getting armor stuff, if they're getting, like, magic items from Orzhov, then they would probably be paying the regular... Then they would be paying more so the regular price, maybe reduced a little bit because of the importance of their stuff.
Yeah,
but
like Eliza getting the bag of holding.
Well, Eliza getting the bag of holding is different because you are Orzhov.
Yeah.
But, like, you guys can ask for items from your guilds as well at more of a discount, and it'll depend. Like, for instance, for weapons, Boros is probably a good place. Orzhov, I think we can establish as kind of a place for armor. I guess potions, Simic is probably the best place for potions. It probably has a bunch of gadgets. And basically, it depends with pretty much all of them.
Damn, Bear, you're rich.
Not really. I think everyone got 200 plat from our job. The last major thing we did.
Did we?
Otherwise, I have no idea why I've recorded 200 plat on Bear's sheet.
Well, it's because you searched the body of the one guy after he died. The dragon.
No, don't. Yeah, that was searching the body of the dude. You guys will get paid for Kylim soon.
I gotta go head over to my other guild. I trust you'll take care of everything.
Don't worry, I got it under control, and I've got him
Yeah.
under control.
Thank you. Tuffy, one word of warning, beware of the catacombs. Yeet!
Be careful. Excuse me?
What are the catacombs?
Let me
To demonstrate, and he pulls Luke away.
Tough. I like to imagine. Let me guess. It's something that Eliza also had messed with before.
Yes.
Are there drawers in the catacombs?
No! It's just very creepy down there.
It's very creepy, and there's lots of ghosts.
That's fine.
One of the ghosts shows up, goes woo, and Vanhausen goes, "Hi, Frank." Hello.
Oh, there's a lot of friends here. There's a lot of people there are a lot of friends here.
Aren't all these people dead? Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
Ika, it is the Moro.
Yep.
And you were advised by Ral and Anadoro, or, well, mostly by Ral, that, Aurelia requested your help.
Yep, I will be heading into the Boros, so now that I've rested up. Where's the Boros area? Oh yeah, there's the home.
Ah, good, you've made it. I thought with the guild cooperation, you two would be a good choice to help. Both because, well, one of you has experience in working with and to some degree against Gamataki.
Yep. Wait.
And considering this is technically chaser business, they take you down to a prison area that doesn't normally get used very much in the Boros. But you guys see changed up is Nerm.
Oh. Oh no, the Boros also had their own prison. I thought it's just a Azorius thing.
Normally is just an Azorius thing. But given these circumstances, when one of our own was being controlled, it's a little bit different than typical. So you can see what we're trying to understand here. And what we're trying to break, as it were.
Yeah.
I know that you're a skilled healer, so you would probably be a very good fit to be able to help resolve this potentially.
I'll have a look to see what kind of wounds he has.
It's less the wounds we're worried about than the mental control.
Check to see what kind of, like, mental control he's suffering from.
Sure, roll an Arcana check.
Alright. 12.
You don't get much, but it is definitely a much more long-term form of control over him, and it kind of creates an issue of like a sleeper agent situation. So him being tied up is the proper thing to do here.
Sleeper.
Yeah, that's not good.
What is the sleeper?
Well, when I say sleeper agent type situation, it's where like basically they have the ability. Basically, the enemy has the ability to basically.
Oh yeah, cause like Ikaz doesn't know anything about Phyrexian stuff.
No, it's not Phyrexian.
Okay.
I think even with the 12, you could tell it's not Phyrexian because it doesn't look like what's going on with Natan. At all.
Okay, yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's not good. Either way, it does seem to be magical in origin. That's.
You know how we could cure it?
Do you have Dispel Magic?
On my list. Not yet, but I can prepare it if I'm able to have another long rest later.
That would be one thing that could be done, although I cannot guarantee success on that.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm kind of at the point where I'd be inclined to end this session, but I think there's a couple more things that I want to set up for next time.
Okay, yeah.
So first of all, I'm going to let you do your first Dispel Magic roll.
Dispel Magic roll? D20 plus my stats. Is it just straight wisdom? Or...
I need to pull up the exact rule for it. Yes, just wisdom.
21. Well, 23 actually. Forgot that. Oh, 24. Because I've got a +4 in my... +5 in my wisdom.
So, what you are able to do is you are able to feel the magic weaken significantly. And I think this is the good cliffhanger to go on. Because when... No. Let me explain why. First. Because as the magic dissipates, what you can see with the magic dissipating is like he kind of shudders with it happening. And you see trickles of sand falling out of his ears.
Oh, that motherfucker!
Huh? I see sand.
And that is where we're going to end the session!
Uh-oh.
You know what it was? It was fucking Hoop.
There's Sandy, bitch!
Sandman.
There's Sandman! What the fuck?
Motherfucker.
So...
Geolis, I'm kicking your fucking ass when we meet.
So the next D&D session that we're going to have on Spiffy Needle Geeks is going to be on the 24th of June, and that will be Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos.
Yes.
And then, of course, join us on the 28th of June, when we have everybody showing up to see Ulfdir again, except this time, he's awake.
He's awake.
Oh boy.
Can you believe it? Wolfnir! Just 2 weeks away.
Wow. I'm so excited about this information.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.